Now tell me, what are all the other formulas? We already used Power Query and we have loaded this into Power BI. Let me go to Power Query again. You know how to go to Power Query. I'll click on Transform Data and I go to Transform Data and I go to Power Query now. You tell me what are all the other formulas and function except the sum ifs and count ifs. Sum ifs and count ifs cannot be done in Power Query because it's an aggregator. It's a formula where we can create a report. For that we have to go with Power BI only. Sum if, count ifs. So other than the sum if and count if, tell me what are all the other formulas which you use more frequently or which you struggle in Excel. We'll try to do it in Power Query itself. I think this column doesn't, this data doesn't have the date function. The date function I will explain in the next session. Date function, only the date function. Finding the difference between a date, adding the date, that part we'll see it in the next one. Any other things other than that? Do you use any formulas, any functions, any features in Excel? Let us see how to do it in Power Query itself. Yes. Duplicates we cannot find, we can remove the duplicates. They straight away you can see there is a home tab. Under home tab you can see remove rows. Under remove rows there is an option of removing the duplicates. Highlighting is not highlighting, conditional formatting that can be done in Power BI. Here you can remove the duplicates. Any other? I believe most of the people will use we have seen about combining multiple columns, right? Some people used to split the columns also, splitting text to columns, left, right, mid. For example, let me take this part name. In part name, I want to split it. For example, we are a gear, lever, air filter. So after the space, wherever after the space, I want to split it in another column. Or before the space, I want to split it. Or particular character. Left to 3 letters, right to 4 letters, I want to separate it. Before the space, I want to separate it. Like this, you want to extract something. So select this column. Go to whether you want to extract it here itself or you want to extract it in some other area. You want to extract here itself, then you have to go to transform. New column means you have to go to add column. Add column. For example, let me take this. Before the space, I want to extract everything before the space. I want gear, I want air, oil, tail, I want it in a separate column here. So add column and there is an option available here. Select the column, add the, and there is an option called as extract. Extract length, how many characters are there? Left is first 4 characters. Suppose I want last 3 characters. From this number to this character, text before delimiter, text after delimiter. For example, let me select text before delimiter. Text before delimiter, and what is that text is? Let me say space. So I want all the character before the space. Before the space has to be separated. Before the space. That's it. So just I'm giving a space or comma or hyphen slash anything. Say okay. Yes. You can see at the last column it has separated here. Before the space, everything has been separated into a separate column. So instead of using the text to column, left, right, mid, once again you can use this Power Query. Okay, like this. Even for example, from this drawing number, I want to get only the drawing number. I don't want DWG hyphen. After this, after hyphen, I want to extract it. After hyphen. So select this, add column, extract, text after delimiter. Text after delimiter, and I say hyphen here. I'm just putting an hyphen. After hyphen. Maybe if you go to the last. Yes. After hyphen. So before it, after it, mid of it. So these are all the another feature which we use more frequently in Excel also. Extracting. As I told, all the Power Queries are available in Excel. After this chapter, I will explain it. Select this column drawing number. From the drawing number, I want to separate something after this hyphen. Select it, add column, extract. Text after delimiter. After the hyphen, I want to extract it. After the hyphen. Text after delimiter. And I say, what is the delimiter? The delimiter is hyphen. So after hyphen, it will get separated. Okay. Yeah. Tell me, what are all the other formulas and functions? You will use it in Excel. We'll see whether we can do it in Power Query itself. Any other? No. No other formulas.
This tag will not come here.
Which one?
Tag. Age.
Ah.
Difference between two dates.
I told you the date we will see it in the because this table doesn't have any data of date. In the next session I will explain. Next session I think we have employee data. We will find out the age. Next sheet we will do that. Since this data doesn't have any dates. Yes. No other formulas. Use it in Excel. That is lookup, right? Matching, finding and posting. That is equivalent to lookup. That is what we did it through the merge query. Merge query, index and match, where we use it. Normally where we use it is if the data is left to right, we'll use VLOOKUP. The data is right to left, then we'll use index and match. But here both will work here.
For the digit calculation, I want some value from other sheet.
Hmm.
So I use the formula here to take the value and match other value to take the value.
That's what we did it in merge query. Based on the part number, we got the part name. That's what we did it in the same merge query. No other formulas. So please explore all the other options available in this Power Query. And whatever we did now, whatever we did it from the second half, Power Queries, all this feature, merging, appending, combining, merge, append, combine, adding the formula, transforming the formula, just now we did it, splitting the formula, combining it, everything whatever we did, we can do it in Excel itself. Let me try one more. Let me close and apply this. I think when you come for Excel training, second level of Excel training, one whole day, we'll handle this Power Queries and Power Pivots only one day. Handle the entire Power Queries when you come for the Excel training. Actually, that's the hierarchy. You should attend the Excel training, then you should come for this Power BI, then it's easy. I would have never thought the Power Query straight away, we would have jumped into Power BI. But unfortunately, you are all new to that session. I have covered the Power Query also. If you already attended the Excel Power Query, then this will be very easier. I think who has attended Excel session, I think we covered the same concept, we have covered it in the Excel itself. Right. So let us see how to do this in Excel. For example, we'll take this last feature itself. The combining two files, merging or appending or combining multiple files, anything. You can take anything as an example. Let us see how to do this in Excel itself. Before that, I will save this file. I think it's I don't remember the number, 05 part sales tracker. Okay. So let me open a blank Excel file. Here, let us see this concept, maybe the last concept which we did, part sales tracker. I want to combine without writing lookup. I want to look up one column from one table and bring it to another table here. So we did it in Power Query of Power BI. Let us see how to do it in the Excel itself. It's very simple. It's very, very simple. Same thing we have to follow. Go to the tab called as data. There we went to the tab called as home. Here we are going to the tab called as data. That's the only difference. Data, same get data is available here. Same get data. Same from file is available here. Excel workbook. Literally the same thing. And it will ask for your file name. Let me select that file name. Maybe I will select that part sales tracker. Import. Yes, I am importing this. Same thing will happen. The navigator screen will open here. Navigator screen. Here only difference is In Power BI, it's very easy to select the multiple items. Here we have to enable that multiple items. That's the only thing. That's the only difference. I enable this part master and sales tracker, sales distribution. Then what could be my next step? Transform data. You go to transform data. Now remember, I'm in Excel. I am in Excel. I'm not doing it in Power BI. I'm doing it in Excel. Yes. It goes to Power Query of Excel. Literally everything. Everything is as it is. Transform data, add column, everything is as it is. I didn't do anything new. Whatever we did it from yesterday, I'm doing it in Excel. That's all. Get data from file. You tell me what could be my next thing. From Excel workbook, select that file. Same thing just now, half an hour before lunch break, I did the process. But I did it in Power Query, sorry, BI. Now I'm doing it in Excel. That's all. Import. Once again, I'm saying I'm not doing anything new. Select that sheet. Transform it. That's all. Click on transform data. Into Power Query. That file is already opened. The source file is opened. Close that source file. Same Power Query. Whatever we did from yesterday morning till it's available. Only loading may be a small difference here. Loading may be a small difference here. I will tell you how to load this. Help me here. Sales distribution table. I want to bring the part number, part name and rate and unit of measures. Yes. How can I do this? Select the sales distribution table. Then append query. Append query. No. No. No append query. How can you append this? Merge query. Few. Combine multiple sheets. Identical. I want to combine multiple sheets. It's identical. Then you have to go for append query. Combine multiple files. Identical. Then you have to go for combine files. And just remember, lookup. Equivalent to lookup. Equivalent to lookup. Sheets are non-identical. Sheets are non-identical. Then we have to go for merge query. Equivalent to lookup. Equivalent to lookup, you have to go for merge query. So three things: appending, common columns, identical. If you want to combine it, you have to go for append. Common columns, if the files are different files, you have to go for combine files. Two different files, one data is similar, equal to VLOOKUP. Then you have to go for merge query. This is what we did in the last session. So place the cursor on sales distribution. I want the part number, rate and unit of measure. Same thing what I did it in Power BI merge query. I'm going to do the same thing here. Merge query. Select the two columns, sales distribution, and select that column, part master. Then select the part number. Select the part number. Once again, I'm saying I'm not doing anything new. I'm not doing anything new. Whatever I did it in the last lunch break before, I'm doing the same thing. Only difference is I'm doing it in Excel. Same arrow is appearing. Click here. and select whatever the column you want. I want the part name, I want the unit of measures, I want the rate. Original name as prefix. Same three columns are appearing here. Nothing new. Same thing what we did it in Power BI. Now I'm doing it in Power Query, Excel Power Query. To be open, I think Excel Power Query. From Excel Power Query only the Power BI is launched. The base is this. Now original from this Power Excel only it has gone to Power BI. Power BI is just 10 years old. This we have it more than I think from 2010 of Excel, 15 years old. So original origin of Power Query is from Excel. So all the option available, whatever we did it today, it's available in Excel itself. Combining, appending, adding the formula, subtracting, dividing, whatever we did today, the second half before the lunch break, you can do it in Excel itself. If you are in depth, once again come for the second level of Excel training. This Excel. Anyway, I think it's not required. You almost all learned all the Power Query features. Close and load. It will be loaded to, instead of loading into BI, it will be loaded into Excel. That's all. Close and load. We have more option in loading. See. We'll load it into Excel here. Okay. Got it? So, as I recommended yesterday and today, avoid using formulas and functions in Excel. Try to do it in Power Query itself. From today, stop using formulas. Stop using functions in Excel. Try to do it in Power Queries, most of the formulas and functions. Unless it's required, don't do it. I think no formulas, only the sum if and count if. Further, we have pivot tables. So, Excel is used only for analyzing and reporting. Nothing to be done in Excel. Have the data and analyze the data. Don't write formulas and functions in Excel. Okay. We'll move on to the next topic. The last file. Business transaction. Last file.
This is our last time. This is your
Last biggest.
business transaction.
We should have started this today morning. Approximately another 2.5 hours. With all your cooperation, we'll try to cover as much as possible. We have to see about data modeling. We have to see about DAX, a little bit about DAX, and some new visuals like gauge, map, if possible, waterfall, target fixing table. Table is also a part of visuals, matrix, equivalent to a pivot table, drill through. So many features are available. With all your cooperation, we'll try to cover it as much as possible. Open the file called as business transaction. Here is a real challenge. I have a file where I have multiple sheets, invoice trans, payment record, customer info, geographic data, region details, product master, product category, employee master. So many sheets are there. All are different sheets, non-identical. It is not identical. If it is identical, I can go for append query. I can combine all the files together and do it. If I have only 2 or 3 sheets, I can go for merge query. Bring the column here and create a report based on it. But I have so many sheets. How can I merge query? How can I append it? Or how many lookups I can write? How many merge query I can do it? It's very challenge here. So, but Power BI, Very easily we can do it. For an example, tell me between this invoice and invoice trans, do you have any common column between it? Invoice number. Same thing. From the another, let me take one more table. Customer info. Customer info, there should be some column which should be connected with some other table. Could you tell me what is the column which is connected?
Location ID.
Location ID is connected. Very good. And customer ID also should be connected in some other table. Customer ID. Any other table? Geographic data, customer ID is there. Customer ID is not there in geographic data. It's there in invoice table. It's there in invoice table. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Power BI will take care of it. 6 or 7 years before, we have to worry about this. What is a common column? Find out the common column. Connect these common columns. But don't worry. As I told, Power BI will take care of it. If the common columns are there, if the headings are similar, if the data are similar, Power BI will connect it automatically. If it is not connecting, no worries. We will connect it. We'll see both. We'll see both. First, let us import this data. Let us import this data into BI. I think we are doing it for at least 4 or 5 times from yesterday. I think you would have well versed on this. Let me do it again. So go to Power BI desktop. Go to Power BI desktop again. Get data again. Open a new Power BI. Blank report. Usual data. Or straight away I can click on Excel workbook because we are going to get Excel workbook. Business transaction. Open it. How can I think around 8 or 9 sheets will be there. How do we select all the 8 or 9 sheets? Yes. How do we select the first? Can I go to the anywhere here or I can go to the left hand side? Where can I? How do we? Maybe somewhere else on the center. Click here. Then shift key. Last. I think yesterday we discussed. It will suggest you some table. Don't select it. Sometimes you would have filtered the data. It will show you the filtered data there. If you took a printout, it would have taken a printout table only. Better to select the entire table. Then transform data. You help me here. How can I clean up this data? It's loading. As usual, it goes to Power Query. Let me check one by one from the starting. Customer info. Tell me whether my customer info is clear. Clear.
For me, it is showing something. No, mobile number is ABC. Could not initialize report frame.
Start number. You have to restart your system itself, not Power BI. Network frameworks problem. ஒரே தடவை ரீஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணு. ஃபைலை க்ளோஸ் பண்ண கூடாது, சிஸ்டமே க்ளோஸ். Yes, you said something.
Mobile number is showing as ABC.
It's okay.
That's it. Otherwise,
Well, we are not going to do any calculation with mobile number, right? But I think yesterday itself I would have indicated this. Sometime empty column can be removed. Sometime the column which is having a data also can be removed. Email ID, email address is not required on my reporting. We can remove it. Mobile number, we are not going to use it for our reporting. We can remove it. Yes. Don't have the unwanted columns which may increase your file size. It may confuse us also. So better to, if you whatever the data you want to create a report, have it. Other columns, remove it. But don't remove the linked column. For example, the location ID is linked. Location ID is linked with some other. Don't remove that location ID. You should have removed the unwanted columns. For example, email address and mobile number may not be required. If you want, you can have it. It's your wish. but it may increase your file size. That's why I'm removing it. Choose columns. Go to Home tab, choose column, uncheck that mobile number and email address because I don't require it for my reporting. That's the reason we are unchecking it. Okay. Tell me, what is the difference between remove and choose column? We discussed this yesterday. If you want the column back again, you have to undo that. But here we have that applied steps. Anytime you can get that column back. Employee master.
Employee master, there is error on the right side. Photo tag.
Ah, very good. Not required. It's empty actually. Choose column. Notes, remove it. Photo path, remove it. Is birth date, hire date is required. Required. As you told, we want to find out the age and experience. Maybe for the HR it may be required. To find the age, experience, we can use this. So, notes and photo path. Geographic data, no problem, clear. Invoice, no problem, clear. Invoice trans. Is there a problem in invoice trans? Columns are empty. Choose column. Empty columns are removed. Payment records. 2 columns are empty. Choose columns. Payment record is 2 columns are empty. I removed it. Product category. Clear. Product master. Clear. Region details. Clear. Done. Everyone. Or any challenges? Any problem? Can I load this? Close and apply. Please watch here in close and apply. A span of second. Something would have happened which would have not happened in the earlier one. In a span of seconds.
Close and apply.
I click on close and apply. Yes, I'm going to load this to Power BI. Close and apply. We have cleaned the data. That's all. That's all in Power Query. Nothing to be done in Power Query. So it is loading. You can see very fastly there will be a message in a span of second. Relationship, detecting relationship. You can wait and you can see here. Synchronizing schema, loading data. After loading the data, you can see there will be a message. Detecting relationship. And detecting relationship. Yes. It has loaded. It has detected the relationship. It has loaded. This is the power of using Power BI. What has happened on the background? Within a span of seconds, something has happened here. What is the thing happened? If you are using other than Power BI, other tools like SAP, ERP, Oracle or any database, all the 9 table, we have to manually connect it. All the 9 table, we have to manually connect it. Since we are all using Power BI, go to the third button here, report view, table view, third one, model view. Click on that model view. That's all. All the tables are automatically connected. How can I see the connection? Click on this third one, model view. But I'm not able to see all the table. So what I will do is I will collapse this properties. Properties, I will collapse it. Maybe the percentage, I will reduce the zoom percentage here. Yes. You can see almost all the time, maybe one or two table maybe living independently. We'll see how to connect it also. All the tables are directly, indirectly, you can see it's connected. You can see some arrows are appearing here. I want to know how the tables are connected based on what it's connecting. For example, let me take a table, invoice and invoice trans. How this invoice and invoice trans is connected. You can see there is an arrow mark between that invoice and invoice trans. Just to place the arrow here. Yes. Invoice number, invoice number. You can see it's highlighting here. It's highlighting here. Invoice number, invoice number. Connected. Same like how another table is connected. Suppose I want to know how this region details and geographic data is connected. Place the cursor. Region ID is connected. Place the cursor. Location ID is connected. Oh, it's not connected. So we have to connect it. I will tell you how to connect this. 99.9% it will be connected. Since you are getting the data from external SAP, ERP, I think it will be connected. Sometimes there may be some problem, very rarely. We will connect it, no worries. Now, just for an example, I am saying, I want to know region wise. For example, I have region name. I want to know region wise what is the sum of quantity. Unfortunately, region is not connected with the invoice trans, but region is connected with geographic data. And geographic data is connected with customer. Customer is connected with invoice. Invoice is connected with invoice trans. No problem. We can create a report. That's the power of using this Power BI. Directly, indirectly, it's connected also, no problem. We'll see. We'll create a report and check whether it's working or not. It will work. 100% it works. Because it's all the tables are connected. And what is that asterisk and 1? I don't know whether you have noticed it. There is one thing called as asterisk. In olden days, we have to do this manually. You can see there is 1 and there is asterisk. You can see there is 1 and there is asterisk. So for example, when I place the cursor here, maybe I'll place the cursor to the customer info to the table. 1 asterisk. That means one customer has made many invoices. One customer has made many invoices. 1 to many. But when I see from the invoice, many to 1. Many invoice has been made by one customer. Both are same. So one customer has made many invoice. Many invoice has been made by, that is called as 1 to many. 1 to many. In olden days, we have to manually find this relationship and we have to manually do this. Now it's not required. It is taken care by Power BI. Still in Excel, we have to do this. Excel, we have a Power Pivot concept. In Excel, we have to do this, but Power BI automatically connects it. But unfortunately, this table employee master is living independently. I want to connect it. Why it's not connected? There may be some spelling mistake or the data heading may be the mistake here. So the employee ID should be the link. That employee ID should be there in some other table. Maybe with misspelled, some errors. There may be some spelling mistake or something. That's why it's not connected. Tell me, where is that employee ID available in any other table? Invoice table. What is the problem there? There is a problem. Here it says EMP ID. Here it says employee ID. Either rename this column. Either rename the column or connect it. Renaming the column, Power BI will automatically connect it. If it is not renaming, we can connect it. How do we connect it? Very simple. Drag that employee ID. Drag the employee ID and bring it to this employee ID. Or reverse also. EMP ID, drag it and bring it to this employee ID. Very simple. That's all. It shows we have one more chance if we are wrongly connected with some other table. For example, employee ID I connected with the employee name unknowingly. We have the second chance. Here you can select it. Employee ID, employee ID. EMP ID, employee ID. Many to 1. It automatically creates many to 1. Cross filter direction. Filter. If I filter it here, it automatically filters here also. No problem. Single filter is okay. Multi filter, I will say it in the next session. Many invoices by one customer. One invoice we may made a many product. 1 to many. Many invoices by one customer. One customer has did more invoices. That's many too. Click on save. That's all. These two tables are connected. That's all. It should be active. It's connected now. Done. This is the power of using Power BI. That's a relationship. Right? That's a common field. How can you drag all the fields?
When we are tracking only the employee ID, other hidden like customer ID, everything is tracking.
I didn't get you. Let me delete it and redo it. Right click and I go for delete. You're saying I'm dragging the employee ID, right?
Employee ID from invoice.
Ah.
Just selected.
What?
I have
You have selected the entire table. What's the pain of this 9, 10 years before?
what if we do employee ID and drag it to employee name?
You will not get the output. No.
What?
It will connect. It will say the matches are 0. It will not show you the right output. No, no, he is saying employee ID should be connected to employee name. What happened? You have to just drag. Yeah. You have to start with DAX. What is your font name? Which font you are using? Corpus is part of Microsoft, right? It's available in Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. But what he said is not there. It's not common one.
By default, if they select this scheme, Daimler CS, automatically all the presentation will be.
But what is the font we are using? Corpus the font. Yes. Shall we move on? Now,
Here, this location ID is connected with the customer ID.
oh,
Geographic data. Location ID.
location ID with location ID only. There's a small mistake of there is misspelled EMPID employee. That's why it is not connected. We have connected it. Now, go back to your report view. Shall we move on, madam? Any challenge? Now, some visuals we have to learn. Save this file. Who have completed, please save this file. Approximately another 2 hours. Without filling the feedback and posters, you cannot go out. She will come and she will tell you at least twice at price. We have to complete it at least by 4:15 maximum. Need my support, madam? Sir, naattumanga. Session, madam, you are teaching so many things. The session, madam, atmosphere session is madam. My dates are blocked. What is the number? 06, huh? 06 business transaction. Yes. Before creating a report, we'll see how to bring your company font. As I told, corpus or any font, whatever the font you are using. How to bring that font. Yesterday we did this. When I insert anything, maybe I'm inserting a text box and I click here. The text box is here go. I can make a same constant font to an entire presentation. But unfortunately, when I click on this, your company font may or may not be available. Here you can see, as I told, this corpus font is not available on the list. Or your Daimler font is not available on the list. I want to bring your font into my Power BI so that whenever I create any visual, it should hold that font. We should have that font. First, what we do is, since we don't have our font, time being select any font. Time being any select font, we'll see how to replace it. We have to do some steps here. First step, view, click on this more themes and go to the customize current themes. Go to view, more, click on that customize current themes. Text, change all the font into a particular font, any font, your wish. Any font, that's your wish. Any font. Customize current theme. Text, go to general. Any font, your wish. Any simple font, smaller font, Arial. Title, and make it as same font, Arial. Card and KPI, Arial. Tab headers, Arial. Please change all the four. All the four. Otherwise, you will not get your font in all the visuals. Change all the four into a particular font. Your wish. Any particular font. Then apply. No. Don't change your size. Size may change from visual to visual. எல்லாத்தையும் ஒரு பர்டிகுலர் ஃபாண்டா மாற்றணும். டெக்ஸ்ட்டுக்கு போயிட்டு எல்லாமே ஜெனரல், ஃபைல், கார்டு, கேபிஐ, டேப் ஹெட்டர்ஸ். What is the Windows version you are all using? Windows 11, 10, 11. That's one option may change based on the Windows version. So done. Can I apply it? Apply. Second step. Go to the same view. Go to the same themes. View, themes. Scroll down and click this save current theme. Save current theme and save the theme in any folder as per your wish. But please remember that folder. Any folder as per your wish. I am saving into the same folder where all the files are loaded. All the files are loaded. Maybe I'll put your company name itself, DACV or Daimler or any name. Your wish. It's a variable. It will be saved as a JSON, Java file. No problem. No problem. Any name. Just give a name and save the themes. Save it. Second step. I repeat it. First step, what we did is we are going to view, we are going to customize theme, and we are going to text, and we are change all the text into any particular font, and I applied it. Then I saved that font, the themes. Go to view themes, and go to customize current themes. Save current theme, and I given a name for it, and we have saved it. Next, minimize this Power BI. Come back to the folder. Come back to the folder where we have saved that theme. I think, as I told, I saved it in the same folder. I saved it in the same folder. I have given a name as DACV themes. I don't know what is the name you have given. Any name, theme itself. Okay. Right click on that file which we have saved, JSON file. Right click on the file. Since we are all using Windows 11, you may get edit in Notepad. There will be an option called as edit in Notepad. If you are using older version, you have to say open with Notepad. If you are using the older version, very old version of Windows, then right click, you have to go to open with. Under open with, you have to select Notepad. Since we are using Windows 11, right click, edit with Notepad. Edit with Notepad. Now, wherever you find the text called as Arial, wherever you find the text called as Arial, I think 4 areas it will be there because we changed it in the 4 areas. That 4 areas, change your font. Tell me the font. COR. Correct? Huh? This one is right. CORPOS. Wherever the Arial font is there, wherever the Arial font, as I told, in 4 areas it will be there because we are given it in 4 areas. Corpus. Once I copied and I'm pasting it here. All the 4 areas we are changing all the Arial into corpus. All the Arial into corpus. Third step. What is the name? What is the font you are given? So you have to say you should have the Calibri font. Font face. Last and final step. After doing it, save and close this. Control S. I'm saving this JSON file, themes file. And I close this. That's all. Final step is open Power BI. Final step, open Power BI. View tab. More button, view tab, themes. View tab, themes. Browse for themes. View tab, themes. Browse for themes. Browse for themes. And select the themes which we have saved it. The themes which we have saved it. I have given a name as DACV. That's a name which we have given it. Or I don't know what is the name. Select that theme. That's it. Open. Import success. It will say import file added. And custom report the theme is ready to use. Now let me check. I'll go to insert. I'll put a text box. Corpus. We got the font name as Corpus. That's all. Final step is you have to go to view and we have to go to this arrow mark and we have to scroll down, browse for themes, and where you have stored that file, select it, open. That's it. Arrow mark, browse for themes, select it and say OK.
Automatically now we can
Insert a text box and check, insert any visual and check. So this is your font. It, Corpus is a good font. Corpus is a good font. I don't know about them. You said me. That's a customized font. I don't know.
heading வந்து font size அது வந்து கம்ப்ளீட்டா group பண்ணி
அவங்க டீம்ஸா செட் பண்ணு. அது Daimler CSN ஒரு ஃபாண்ட் அவங்க பண்ணியிருக்காங்க.
ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா ஃபூட்டருக்கு என்ன டிஃபைன்ட் font ஆகுதோ இன்னும் font ரைட்டிங்
அதுவும் கார்பஸ் தான் இப்படி.
அகைன் கால்குலேட் பண்ணி
ஃபாண்ட் சைஸா ஃபாண்ட் ஸ்டைலா? சைஸை மாற்றிக்கலாம். சைஸை நம்ம ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ணவே இல்லையே. First select it and increase it or increase it. Okay, first time we are going to start. This is a very big concept. If you want to learn this concept, it will take another 1 day minimum. We are going to see up DAX. For an example, I want to bring in a visual. I want to get what is my total revenue. I want to get the total revenue here. Let me check whether there is a column called as total revenue. We have 9 or 10 sheets. Where is the total revenue? You cannot go to every sheet and search. You can go to the search box and I'm typing something like TOT, total revenue. Unfortunately, there is no column called as total revenue. But when I go to the invoice or invoice table, invoice trans or invoice table, when I go to the invoice trans, we have invoice number, we have product ID, we have quantity and cost. If I multiply the quantity and cost, I think we'll get the total revenue. Okay. But I recommend not to use this in Excel. Excel, stop using formulas. One more method is available. I can multiply the quantity into cost and you can get the output. How can I do that? How can I multiply the quantity into cost? Add. Where can I add it? You have to go to Power Query. That's one method. I will tell you one more method. Both. We'll try both and we'll see whether we are getting the same solution. If we are getting the same solution, I will tell you which is the best method. First, let me go to Power Query and check. Home tab. Transform data. Home tab, I gone to transform data. And I'll go to that file. Which file? Invoice trans. You know how to multiply that quantity into cost. Select the quantity. Select the cost. Then add column. Standard. Multiply. We did it today afternoon. Before the lunch we did this. Multiply. Yes. We got quantity into invoice cost. Let us give a name for this. This is my revenue. Revenue or total sales. Any name. Your wish. This is one method. We'll get a revenue here. Is this complication or Excel is complication?
Since you are used with Excel.
Stop using. Stop writing for. Because here it's okay. Suppose your data are accumulating. Lakhs and rows and columns. Excel will not handle. Write a small formula, Excel will handle. Better do it here. One more I will tell. That's what I'm saying. Stop using. When you come for a training, you have to do two things. Learn a new thing. Unlearn the old things. You have to unlearn it. Start it in exploration in Power Query. Start it in Excel, no problem. Same thing you can do it in Excel Power Query. Excel Power Query is there. Do it in Excel Power Query. Create a formula in Power Query. Why are you doing it in Excel? Olden days I am making a telephone like this. Still you are doing it. Now you are speaking with your computers. Speaking with your mobiles. So come to the latest technology. Don't still hang with Excel. I should not say this because Excel the last 20 years I am living because of Microsoft Excel. But still, latest technology. Start using latest technologies. Close and apply. So we have added one column here. We have multiplied the rate and invoice cost. And you can see in this invoice trans table, there is a column added. Let me put a visual and check what is my total revenue. You know how to put a visual. What is the best visual for this? Card. Very good. Click on this card. Just I want to display the total revenue. Click the card. Drag the revenue and bring it to field area. What is the total revenue? 126 millions. 126 millions. 126 millions is my total revenue. Could you tell me, instead of 126 millions, how can I get my exact value here? Format, display units. Where is the display units? We don't know. So go to search box, change the display units as none. 12 crores 55 lakhs 13,142. These people are not using crores also. They are saying 125 lakhs, 130 lakhs. And crores are also not used nowadays. Go to data format, currency, 1000 separators. No, please wait. Have you added the revenue? Insert a card. Oh, in the lakhs. Select this format. Go to DIS. Type DIS on the search box. DIS, display units. Change the display units to none. Ette minimum ஒரு 2-3 தடவை இதை பார்த்தோம். தப்பா வருதா? You want a comma? But இல்லை இன்னொன்று பார்த்துட்டு அப்புறம் comma. சரி, ஓகே. General, data format option, make it as currency. So now we're practicing, otherwise you will forget. All are very, very simple. Seems to be simple. Right. Many times I have indicated stop using formulas in Excel. Create a formulas and functions in Power Query. But one more alternative option to this. We are going to use this revenue. Assume we are going to use this revenue multiple times in my dashboard. Maybe at least 10 times. I got the total revenue as a card. Next I am going to create a chart. City wise, or I want customer wise, payment record wise, product wise. For everything I am going to use this total revenue. Every time I am going to use the total revenue. This data may be accumulating. We have the data till 2025. Next year, lakhs and million, billion, trillions. Data may accumulate. Whenever you are calculating this, every time, every row, it will go to quantity into invoice cost, quantity into invoice cost, quantity into invoice cost. It will multiply, which will slow down your system process. Because lakhs and lakhs rows, and I am creating 10, 20 visual based on this total revenue. Only one visual, it's okay. Suppose on 10, 20 visuals, I'm going to use the same total revenue more frequently. It may increases your file size and decreases your system speed. Instead, we will calculate the total revenue and keep it in one area. Whenever you want the total revenue, it will straight away go there and fetch the data and display it here straight away. It will not physically create a column. It virtually calculates the data and gives the output straight away. So for this, what are we going to do is, now we are going to use a feature called as measures. I don't know how many of you have used Excel pivot table. In Excel pivot table, there is something called as calculated field. I don't know how many of you are used to this calculated field. Anyone used to this calculated field in Excel pivot? What is the purpose of it? Any idea? It doesn't create a separate column in your source data. Suppose I want to use some calculation, you can do it in pivot table without disturbing your source data. Virtually it creates a column, it calculates and gives you the output, which is very faster way. So on the go you can get the output, faster you can get the output. Same like in Power BI, we have measure. How do we create a formula in Excel? We will create a formula through a feature called as FX, correct? Through fx only we create a formula. In Power BI, we have to create a formula and function through DAX. That's the difference. Fx is function. In Excel, we call it as fx. In Power BI, we call it as DAX. Data, analysis, and expression. So, we cannot just multiply the quantity into rate in Power BI. You cannot just multiply it. We have to use some aggregated function like sum, or we have to use some aggregated function like average or count. So you have to use some functions like this. I will tell you two functions. You tell me which is the best one. For example, let me take a sample data here. I have something like quantity. I have something like cost. I am just giving you a small example. Maybe quantity is 10, 20, 30. And cost is around 5, 10, 15. So we have two functions. One is we have a function called as sum. If I say sum of quantity into sum of cost, I'm going to give sum of, I'm going to write a formula, sum of quantity into sum of cost. What Power BI will do is, it will find the sum of quantity, overall sum of quantity. It will first find out the sum of quantity. Then it will find out the sum of cost. And then it will multiply it. Equal to quantity into cost. This is what sum will do. I think 1800 will be my output. Same data. There is one more function available called as SumX. What the SumX will do is, first it will multiply each and every row equal to quantity into cost. It will multiply each and every row. First it will multiply, then it will sum up. You can tell me that both will give you the same output. Multiplying and summing and multiply. Both should give you the same output. No. Unfortunately, here you can see it says, you can see a small data, huge difference. Here it's 700, there it's 1800. Tell me which is correct. Which formula is correct? I am not SumX is correct. So equivalent to this, I think in Excel also we have the function sum. And we have another function available in Excel. What is it? Sum product. There is a function called as sum product. I don't know how many of you used it. Sum. You should not use sum. If you want to calculate or multiply something, you should not use sum. You have to use only sum product. So in Excel, this is in Excel. But here, I think we have to use SumX. So let me do this. For the first time, we are going to write a formula in Power BI. First time. So any questions, doubts, queries, stop me, ask me there itself. Go to the tab called as Home. Just go to the Home tab. Under the Home tab, if you go to the Home tab, New Measure. Go to Home tab and click on New Measure. As I told, we are going to start with this. We are going to start. We cannot complete the entire DAX today, which is impossible. We'll start with this. Home tab. New Measure. So let me click on that New Measure. Home. New Measure. I click on this New Measure. First time you can see a formula bar has opened here. And don't worry, this measure can be created under any table. In my system, it is created under the customer info table. No problem, no problem. If you want, you can move it also. But no problem, it will create a table anywhere. It will give you the right output. Measure. Automatically, the name of the measure is measure 1. Let me give some meaningful name for it. Total revenue. Because already I have given a name called as revenue. So don't give the same name. Give the revenue as name as total revenue. What is my formula? SUMX. 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 Bracket open. Open the bracket. What is my first input? First input is asking table. In which table we have the data? In which table? Invoice? Invoice trans, yes. Type the first 2 or 3 letters of the table name. INV Oh, I think INV, you can see the table name is displayed here. Invoice trends. So this is my table name. Invoice trends, comma. Which is your source table? Where is your table? I selected the table name. Expression. You can see the syntax is on the top. First is table name, comma, expression. Expression means what are we going to do? I want to multiply the quantity into invoice cost. Quantity into invoice cost. Do that. QTY. So when you type QTY, it automatically shows the column name here. Invoice trans quantity. Correct. It always prefix with the table name. It always prefix with the table name because quantity may be in invoice, quantity may be in sales, quantity may be in purchase. Which quantity? It always prefix with the table name. It should be prefixed with the table name. Select the quantity into multiply invoice costs. Quantity into invoice cost. We are multiplying the quantity into invoice cost. Close the bracket. We have to press enter and accept it. Before that, I'm waiting for others to complete. If you have any challenge, queries, and questions, I repeat it again because this is the basic. First time we are writing a formula in Power BI. We have never written any formulas as of now for last 1.5 days. Can I accept this? Enter. Yes. Enter. Let me check whether I will insert a card and check if it is giving right solution. DAX is always best. Measure is always best. Let me try this. Let me insert a card now. I am inserting a card. Total revenue. I don't know in which table it was created. It was under customer info. No problem. You can go to the search box and type it. TOT. Total revenue. Drag the total revenue to the field area. 126 millions. Format. Display units. DIS. Change the display units as none. Perfect. Both are literally giving the same result. Both are giving the same result here. This is what we did it through Power Query. Through Power Query add column, we have created this formula. This formula we have created in Power BI using the measures and DAX. Using the measures. I recommend this. Seems to be a little bit tougher, but I recommend. If you are going to handle a bigger data in near future, large number of data, million, billion, trillions of data, create a measure. Don't create a separate formula. You can see there is no column. When you go to any table and check, go to the table view, you will never see a column called as total revenue in any one of the table. Any of the table, there is no column created. It doesn't disturb your file size. It doesn't disturb your system speed. On the go, virtually it has created a column. The faster way and simple way, when I drag and drop, very easily, fastly, it will create a report. How can I see the formula again? Very simple. Select the total revenue measure. Click the total revenue measure on the top. You can see the formula. So this is my formula. Okay. Today I thought of teaching at least 2 or 3 DAX today. Time is a challenge. I hope you understood why I recommend DAX. Why I recommend measures. Measures is the tool. Inside that DAX is the way to write a formula. Equal to effects.
How we can go back to that formula?
Just the DAX which you have selected. The DAX. So I recommend to go with the DAX. Yes. So as I indicated, instead of creating a separate column in Excel, instead of creating a separate column in Power Query, if you want to handle this particular value multiple times in your report, multiple times you are going to use it. Only one times you are going to use, that's okay. You can go with symbols. Data is very small. Okay, you can write a formula in Excel, you can write a formula in Power Query. If the data is too large, you can see 9 sheets are there, 9 files are there, and we can have billions of rows will accumulate in near future. Go for DAX, go for measures and create a DAX measures. Don't create a separate column. So now I don't recommend this. Let me delete this. This I don't recommend it. I delete this. Even I delete that column itself. That column is not required. It has physically created an extra column here. You can see there is an extra column created called as revenue. When you go to the invoice stand, there is a separate column called as revenue. Even while importing itself, I told you, remove the unwanted columns, email ID, because it is increasing your file size. So this column will increase your file size very bigger because it's calculating something. It will increase your file size. So I will delete this. Please don't delete the measure. You have to delete this column which we have created now. How can I delete it? Very simple. Go to the 3 dot area here. Either go to Power Query and delete it, or you can delete it from here also. Always creating is tough. Deleting is easier. Any case. So click on 3 dot, delete from model. So delete from model. Yes, that is deleted. It says, do you want, are you sure with deleting the column? Yes. If you are in Power Query, you can undo it. Or control is it this undo? Because it's asking for confirmation. If it's asking for, if you are confirmed, then you cannot get it back. If you are using Power Query, you can do that. Now we are in BI. So do the other formatting for this because I don't want to take more time on this. See how to handle a geographic data next. Who are completed, please try this. Next to pi is donut. Do this, we'll see one more new visual after you complete. I think this is very easy. You can do it very easily. It's similar to a pie chart. Pie chart and donut chart are most of the options are similar. All are similar. Pie chart will be filled. Donut chart will have a hole in between. That's all. Next to pi is donut. Pi க்கு பக்கத்துல இருக்கும் donut. Yes. Place the cursor on the table. Then donut. Tell me region name. I'm not able to find where is the region name. Yes. If you know that, you can do it, or go to the search box and try type here region. Where can I put the region name? Legend. What is the next one? Total values. We have to put the total revenue. Very good. So region wise sum of total revenue. Before the break, we'll see one small visual. Region wise sum of total revenue. For my convenience, I am going to put the legend at the bottom because I don't like the legend at the right. I'll put the legend at the bottom. Yesterday we did this bottom center. Before inserting the next visual, you have to activate an option. An option has to be activated before in the next visual. Which option? If you are not activating that option, this visual may not work sometime. So, file. Go to file.
Maybe it's the data is not correct. Total revenue by region.
Got it.
It is showing the same 126 million.
For what?
For all the pies, all the.
Then your formula is wrong. Or maybe you would have not connected the 9 tables.
No, no.
Or you would have not removed. I don't know whether you are connected.
Region detail is not connected.
Why you have removed the connection? You would have removed the unwanted columns. Region ID is removed.
Region ID.
Region detail. All instead of all.
If any of the one is connected, then it is done.
Check whether how check that will activate one. Okay, sorry. Just will take 5 minutes and we'll create one visual. Before creating the next visual, this option has to be enabled. File, file, options and settings. File, options and settings, options, file, options and settings, options, under options, security. There will be something called as security. So click on that security. File, options, security. Under security, when I scroll down the security, you can see there is a checkbox. Use map and filled map visual. This option has to be enabled. By default, I think that option would have been unchecked. If it is already checked, fine. If it is not checked, you have to check that option. Please check that option. Please check that option. For creating the next visual. I will tell you what is that next visual.
Sir, can you again put it? It's done that relationship is done.
File, options, options. The screen will open. Security. Field map. Has to be checked. Scroll down. Now, I said okay. Two types of maps. Field map, bubble map. Let us start with the field map. Maybe row number 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth row, third one. Fourth row, third one is my field map. Select that field map. I select the field map here. Increase the height and width of that field map. I have increased the height and width. Now, let us take something called as state. We have state. Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, state names. Drag that state names. Drop it to the location area. Second thing, see whether your internet is on, Wi-Fi is connected. So drag the state name to the location area. Based on your state name, it will create a map for us. I think only Indian states are available. That's why all the Indian states are highlighted. We'll do furthermore. Still, it's not over. Since my source data is having only Indian states, so India map is highlighted. If you have multiple countries, multiple states would have been highlighted. So we dragged the state and we dropped into location area. Why I asked you to create a donut chart, we'll see in the next part. Then second one, total revenue. Let us bring the total revenue into the tooltip area. Total revenue. I will bring the total revenue into the tooltip area. Something has happened. What has happened is, when you place the cursor on any one of the state, it will show you each state wise what is my total revenue. Total revenue we have calculated. Based on the total revenue, you can see it will create any report here. So Tamil Nadu, what is my total revenue? Karnataka, what is my total revenue? Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, Gujarat, it's showing the total revenue here. Total revenue is in a different column. And say state name is in different columns. Still it's creating the report for us. So when you place the cursor, it shows the total revenue. But can I give a color for this? Yes. Based on the total revenue. Where my revenue is more, I have a green. Where my revenue is lesser, yellow. Very lesser, red. Yesterday we did traffic signal. Same thing I will do it here. Select this map. Format your visual. Fill color. Select the map. Format your visual. Fill color. Effects. Select the map. Go to format. Fill color. Under the color, effects. We did it many times yesterday. Effects. But the effects, it says rules. I don't want rules. Let us go for multicolor gradient. Gradient. But it says gradient color will be applied based on the state name. I don't want to apply the color based on the state name. I want to apply the color based on total revenue. Total revenue. And lowest value, as usual, I'll go with red. Middle value, let it be yellow. Highest value, maybe blue. Or you can say green, that's your wish. I'll stick with blue now. Blue, okay. So based on your values, I think as expected, Maharashtra is having more revenue. Yes. So it shows the revenue for each and every state and it shows the color. Now, I'm going to my donut. Click on north. It automatically zooms out and it shows the map for north. North region. The north region map is shown here. South region. We got the south region map. Based on your selection, the map is zooming out and it's showing only that region details. That's the reason we created this donut. You can have country-wise pie chart and you can click on each country, it shows the map of that country. State-wise, city-wise. Any map like this.
Need to have further relationship.
Right. Otherwise, it will give you the wrong output.
Like in earlier, like yesterday when
You have only one table. One table, no need. We can create anything. I cannot bring so many data into one table. You have to write so many lookups. Instead, we are connecting it and creating it. When you download the data from source, everything cannot come in one table, right? One data may be in one area, matching data will be in another area. Instead of writing a lookup, we are connected and creating a report. But you have to first get the 4 or 5 tables, files. First get it, then connect it. Okay. We'll see how to bring the top 10 customers. We'll see about the table matrix and some AI tool if time permits. Based on our time permits, approximately maximum we have another 45 to 45 minutes to 1 hour. Save the file. I'm saying it in all the break timings, but try to come early. So try to come early. We'll try to cover the concepts. Let me start. I'm passing the clock. Yes. Last session, we have seen how to create a donut. And then we have seen how to create a region state-wise report. When I select that donut, based on this, the state-wise report is changing here. This is one map. There are 2 or 3 maps. One map is this filled map. There is one more, which is bubble map. Bubble. You can convert the same map into a bubble also. Select the map. Means this is a dashboard. Dashboard is multiple visual in one screen. We are getting multiple visual interactive reports also. No, you want multiple reports in one screen, right? That's a dashboard actually. What is your expectation? Multiple report in one dashboard. Something called as create app, where it will have, suppose I have 2 reports. This I have created one dashboard. Yesterday I created one dashboard. All the dashboard you can bring it as one. That is called as create app. And you can add it to a separate page also. That you cannot do it here. That can be done in Power BI services. In services, create app and you can add a dashboard there. Based on multiple report, we can have another dashboards. That is in Power BI services, not here. Okay. Now, yes, please. We'll move on. Now, let me create one more report. And we'll see at least 3 or 4 visuals now. Maybe a bar chart, maybe a table, maybe a matrix. And we'll see how to connect between one page to another page. Drill through. We have to see about drill through also. First, we'll see how to insert one visual. Maybe let us go with the bar chart. For the first time, we are going to go with the bar chart. Clustered bar chart. Go to add data to your visual, clustered bar chart. Clustered bar chart. Place the cursor on some empty area. Click on this clustered bar chart. Yes, I insert the clustered bar chart somewhere else here on the right hand side. Now I want customer wise. Each customer wise, what is the sum of total revenue? So let us bring the customer. I'm going to bring the customer name. I'll bring the customer name into y-axis. Once again, the total revenue. Total revenue we are bringing into y-axis. So it shows, x-axis. It shows customer wise what is the sum of total revenue. It shows all the customer and what is the sum of total revenue for all the customer. All the customer. So we have created this bar chart, the third one in my visual. We dragged the customer name into y-axis and total revenue into x-axis. But we don't want all the customer. We want only the top 10 customers. And one more thing, overall top 10 customers. And when I select South region, it should show me who is the top 10 customer for South. When I select North region, who is our top 10. Before that, could you tell me, how can I get the same color formatting, this conditional formatting? Lowest is red, middle is yellow, highest is blue. I want the same conditional formatting for this bar chart also. Could you tell me how can I get the same conditional formatting for this bar chart? Select this. Format painter. Select the map. Format painter. Select this bar chart. Yes. Same format. Highest values are blue. Middle values are yellow. The lowest is red. Next we will see the top 10. Select the map, format painter, select the bar. Same format will be copied and pasted. Now, top 10. Just watch here, you have to follow some steps. Select this bar chart. Go to the first time we are going to expand the filter. Select the bar chart. I'm expanding the filter. When I expand the filter, yesterday itself we have discussed this 3 types of filtering. Filter on this page, filter on this visual, filter on this page, filter on all pages. So let us go to filter on this visual. And here I can see 2 things, customer name and total revenue. Let me expand that customer name. Expand it. There is an arrow mark here. Expand the customer name. It says basic filter. We don't want basic filter. I click here. It says advanced and top N. Advanced and top N. Let us say top N. Top N. Top how many? Or you can say bottom. Suppose rejection, defects. You can go for bottom also. There is an option of bottom. So let us say top. How many? 10. So top N, we are saying top 10 till it's not over. One more step is pending. So I click expand the customer name and we selected top N and we typed top 10. And top 10 is based on what we want top 10. Whether we want the top 10 based on the revenue or you want the top 10 based on some other also you can do it. I want the top 10 based on this revenue. Total revenue. So let us bring the total revenue. Who has given more revenue? They are my top customers. So I want to bring the total revenue to the by value area. By value area. This by value area. Bring the total revenue to the by value area. By value. Apply. After dragging the total revenue to by value area, apply filter. Yes. Now it shows only the top 10 customers. Overall top 10. Overall who is our top 10. So we dragged the total revenue into below the by value area. Then click on apply filter. Now we got the top 10 customers. Okay. I repeat the process again. Firstly, earlier my data is like this. Earlier it was like this. All the customers. Expand the filter. and expand the customer name. Its customer name is here. Expand it. It says basic filter. Instead of the basic filter, I'll say top end and make it as top 10 by what? By total revenue. Bring the total revenue, apply it.
When they are selecting any region, not bringing top 10 customers of that region. Can you
Yes.
do that?
I told you we are going to do it next. I told you this is overall top 10, region wise next. You missed what I told. I think we learned this concept yesterday itself. I think I don't know whether you remembered it. Even I told you we are going to see this tomorrow. Watch this, it will be a little bit complex, but we are going to see this tomorrow in top 10. Even I used the same word. When I select the region, south, north, here my map is filtering, okay. But when I select north, this top 10 customer, it's not filtering, it is highlighting. When I select south, it is not filtering, it is highlighting. When I select this donut chart, this bar chart has to be filtered. Tell me what is the feature we are going to use here? Yesterday we did it. Yesterday we did it. What is the feature? When I click this, this should interact. This should interact. Select this by donut chart. Yesterday's chapter, final chapter, we did this. Forgot. Format. Edit interaction. Go to format. Edit interaction. So the icons are appearing on top of all the visual. In this bar chart, there are three. One is filtering. Second one is highlighting. Third one is none. Tell me which has to be selected here. Filter. Select the donut. Go to format. Go to edit interaction. Select this filter. Switch off this edit interaction now. Let me check now whether it's working. I select north region. Yes. Top 10 for north. South region. Top 10 for south. Forgot. Yesterday we did it twice or thrice. Select this donut. Edit interaction. Go to format. Click on edit interaction. Select this donut. Go to format. Edit interaction. Switch on the filter. Switch on the filter for this bar chart. That's all. Then switch off this edit interaction. Told you yesterday you will see all the feature like an alien. Alien பார்க்குற மாதிரி பார்ப்பீங்கன்னு நேத்தே நான் சொன்னேன். Same thing has happened today. புது feature மாதிரி பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கீங்க. It's not at all a new feature. But when I asked you, you didn't say that. What is the feature for this? Okay. Let us see the interactive between one page to another page. This is another vital feature. More people will use this. Even creating a visual is also very important. Creating a table. Sometimes we have to display the data in a table format. Two types of tables are available. Let me rename this page. I will give a name for it. This is my home page. I will insert a new page. Two tables are possibly like an Excel table, rows and columns. Like a pivot table. We can do both. First let us see how to create an Excel table. Then we'll see how to create a pivot table. Both we'll see. Then we'll see how to connect this page with this previous page. One page to another page, how to connect it. For an example, this page, I have the customer details. Suppose I have top 10 customer. And when I place the cursor here, it shows the top 10 customer 43,79,224 Pro Office supplies. I want to see these details. What are all the invoice? What is the invoice date? What is the product we have sold? What is the cost? I want to see it in a table. This customer, I want to see it in a table. One is you can connect this page to this page. Second one is you can bring the page to the page. page within a page. One page in our page connection. Another one is bring that page into another page also. We'll see both. First, let us create a page first. Let us create a table. I'll insert a new page and I give some meaningful name for this page. Let us say customer details. I'm giving a new name for it. Customer details. Table. Row number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth row, fourth one. Fifth row, fourth one is my table. This, if you are trying to do it in normal Excel, it's very, 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 very tough. Table we can create, but I'm going to get the data from multiple sheets, multiple tables. Multiple tables we are going to get the data, which is impossible. So let us see how to do this in normal Excel or Power BI. Select this table. And I recommend to have some empty space on the top. I will tell you the reason. Have some empty space on the top. You expand the table and you want what are all the columns you want. Very simply drag and drop it. Drag and drop from any table because all the tables are connected. From any table we can bring it. For example, let me bring the invoice number. Invoice number. I will drag the invoice number and drop it to columns. All the invoice. It's showing all the invoice number. Next we will see how to connect particular customer invoice number. We'll see that in the next part. First we will create it. Invoice number. Then I want invoice date. Let us put the invoice date below the invoice number. But unfortunately, my invoice number shows like this. Year, quarter, month, day. Actually, what is this day is 1st June 2022. I don't like this. I want 1st June 2022. So, after dragging that invoice number date to this column, click on the arrow mark here. Click on the arrow mark. Two options. Date hierarchy or you want just a date. I want the date. I don't want date hierarchy. I want the date. Invoice date. That's all. Now it shows the invoice date. Can I change this date format like Excel? Of course. I think we discussed this yesterday also. Format your visual. Select this table. Format your visual. General. Data format. Format your visual. General. Data format. And here you can say it says apply the settings to invoice number. No. I don't want to apply the settings to invoice number. I want to apply the settings to invoice date. So let me select invoice date. And what is the format of it? There are so many formats. Click here. So many date formats. Even you can, like Excel, you can create your own customized format. Custom, and you can type your own format also. DD, MM, YYY, whatever the format you want. Let me go to custom. Custom. I'll type the format here. DD. DD is date. Hyphen. Don't use the M in smaller letter. M means minutes. If you want it in months, you have to type capital M. 1M for 123. 2M for 010203. 3M for JANFEB. 4M for January, February, March. However you want. 1M, 2M, 3M, 4M. Months. 4Ms you can see 1st June, July, August, September. If I type 3M, it will be JUN. 2M, 010203. Your wish. Hyphen. YY. 3 or 4Y for 20, 23, 24, 25. Comma. 3 Ds. Comma or space. Your wish. 3 Ds. For Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. SUNMON. 4D. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Nothing. Same thing. Sunday. Why to do one month? Same Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
No, 1, 2, 3 will come.
Day is already there. That's 0, 1, 0, 2. Already one day. That's what I said. Already there is 2 Ds. Once again you are in 2D.
Time should be in caps.
Minutes.
0, 0, 0.
Minutes. 0, 0 minutes. January, February, March. 3 MS Jan Feb. 2 MS 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3. Enter. First, let us drag some columns also. We got invoice number, we got invoice date. Next, I want, for example, I want the product name. I want to bring the product name here. Let us bring the product name. The invoice number, invoice date, product name. And I want quantity. Just go to the search box and type it. I want the quantity. I want the invoice cost. Like this, whatever you want. Just I am giving an example. Invoice cost. Everything in columns. Your wish, your wish. I am just sampling. I am just dragged some columns. All are from different tables. Invoice number, invoice date, product name, sum of quantity, sum of invoice cost, total revenue. It's a real challenge for us. Have you created a table or a matrix? You have two tables.
Yeah.
We'll connect this page. We'll see matrix. Before that, I want to do a conditional formatting for this. Conditional formatting. For example, how we do a conditional formatting in Excel. For example, let me take the total revenue. If my total revenue is more than 10,000 or more than 10,000 means I want to give a green. More than 10,000, 50,000 is green. 10,000 to 50,000 is yellow. Less than 50,000 is red. I want to do a conditional formatting, like how we do it in Excel. Select this columns. Go to the columns, total revenue. Click on the arrow mark of the total revenue. Click on the arrow mark of the total revenue. Conditional formatting. Click on the arrow mark of the total revenue. Conditional formatting. Background color, font color, data bars, icon sets. Let me go with the icon sets, like emojis, traffic signal color icon sets. So let me go to the icon sets. It's opening a dialog box. Which icon set you want, you decide. There are so many styles. And position you decide, left hand side, right hand side, top, bottom, that you decide. So let me go to this icon set. So many icon, traffic signal, cell phone signals, icon set, star rating, cell phone signal rating, traffic signal rating, anything, your wish. For example, I will go with the last one. Red color cross, yellow color exclamation, green color tick. You can select anything. I'm selecting this. 0% to 33%. Since I have 3 icon, it is split by three different percentages. 4 icon means 25, 25, 25. 5 icon is 20, 20, 20. But I don't want percentage. Let us change number. For example, 0 to 10,000. Red. Change the percentage to number. All I'm changing it to number. 10,000 to number 50,000. Percentage number 50,000 to. Either you can have 100% or number. How can I make the number as max here? Remove this. If we delete it, it will turn into max. Or 100%. I think 100% and maximum both are same. 100% and maximum both are same. Either you can have 100% or max. Even if you say maximum, it turns into 100%. So you can have both. Anything, your wish. So 0 to 10,000 is red. 10,000 to 50,000 is yellow. More than 50,000 is red, green. Say okay. That's all. Based on your value, you will get that icons. So go to this total revenue, arrow mark of the total revenue, conditional formatting, icons. We are given the conditions. See how to make a matrix, and finally we'll see how to connect this. Come for level 1 training of Excel. Level 1. This is covered in level 1 of Excel. Very basics of Excel. And there is a Excel training. No one is nominating. They are thinking that they know everything in Excel. That's a problem.
We are managing to watch our things with Veera.
Right. Say okay. One more table we'll create. So I'm going to go a little bit from a shorter. We'll see how to one AI tool also we have to see. We'll add one more table here. Equivalent to a table, there is something called as matrix, like a pivot table. Place the cursor on empty cell and I go to this. Next to the table, there is matrix. Next to the table, there is matrix. You tell me, when I click on matrix, you can see 3 options are there: rows, columns, and values. Now, I want product name wise, maybe payment method wise. We have cash payment, check payment. Payment method wise, sum of total revenue. This is what I expect. Now tell me, I have 3 things here: rows, columns, value. Tell me which has to be dragged where. If you know pivot table, I think you can do this very easily. I think product name in rows. Payment method columns. Why? Can we paste the payments and product in columns? Then why you said the product name in rows? That is fine. Total revenue is in the value that I understood. But why you are asking the product name should be in rows and payment method in column? Can I put the payment method in rows and product name in columns?
Payment method will be at 2 or 3. Product name will be higher. If you put in columns, it will be 2.
Perfect. What he said is perfectly correct. The values will be more. If you have more values, try to have it in rows. The value is lesser, try to have it in columns. Perfect. So let me do this. Product name. I'll put the product name into rows. Payment method. Columns. Revenue. Values. Yes. The matrix. Okay. Apply some conditional formatting. I just given an introduction about conditional formatting. You do try to apply some conditional formatting. For example, based on my value, the bar size should increase. If my revenue is more, I want a bar bigger. If the revenue is smaller, I want a smaller bar. Small warning here. Small warning. Since it's interactive, don't select a particular invoice here. If you select the particular invoice, only that invoice will be shown here. So click the same invoice again. Or click somewhere else outside of the table because it's interactive. Two tables are interactive. So please be careful on handling two tables. Or switch off that edit interaction. Can I filter the table like Excel? Of course. I want the total revenue in ascending order, descending order. Click on total revenue. Click on the top of the total revenue. Descending order. Same total revenue again. Ascending order. Just click on the heading. Heading. Ascending order. Once again, descending order. Original is invoice number. By default, it is sorted by invoice number. Click on invoice number. Second time invoice number. Based on the first column. First column, not alphabet numbers, no, smallest to largest. Product name means if you click on product name, it will be in alphabetical. By default, it's based on the first column. I select the total revenue, small conditional formatting. I click on the total revenue, conditional formatting. Maybe I'll put a data bar. Data bar. Positive bar color, what is you want? I want a green for positive.
Total revenue, right?
Total revenue, correct.
Conditional formatting, background color.
Data bar. Positive is green. Negative, I'll put a red. But there is no negatives here. All are profit. But still, if you have a negative, it will show you red. Axis is between the positive and negative. What is the color? That line color. Small line color. Based on my value, sorry. I have to do this in this matrix. Select the matrix. Total revenue. Conditional formatting. Data bars. Positive, I select different color, maybe a green. Negative, I'll put a red. Show bar only means it will show you the bar without the values. Some people likes to display the bar only. So based on my value, the bar size will increase or decrease. In between there will be a color. Between that yellow and red there will be a small line. This line, it's a blue, red, black color. A small line between that red and green. We don't have red here. That's why you're not able to see it. That's what I mean. Where the positive and negative meeting, you will get a small line. We don't have negative. That's why you're not able to see it here. Value will go off. You will see only the bar. See how to drill through. We'll finish off with the drill through and the AI feature. Now,
Since there is no negative value, so
correct. All are positives here. Okay.
data bars.
Now,
Even you font, color font, whatever we can do.
font color. Okay. We want to connect this table with the previous, this file or a page with the previous page. That means when I go to the home tab and I go to the particular customer, Pro Office Supplies, and I right click or do something, it should come to this page and it should show only that customer details. It's not very hard, it's very simple. Come to this page. We are going to connect this page with another page. Based on what? Based on the customer name. When I select the customer name, it should come to this page and it should show only that customer details in this page. Only that customer details in this page. So come to this page. Place the cursor on some empty area. Below the visualization, at last there is an option called as add drill through. Add drill through. Yesterday we have seen drill down. This is drilling through. Drilling through. Drill through. In this add drill through, which field we are going to connect? I am going to connect the customer name. When I select the customer name, I have to come here and show only that customer details. The customer name has to be connected. So, search box. Type the customer name, CUST on the search box, and drag that customer name. Drag it to this drill through area. Drag it through this drill through area. While publishing, it looks good. Here also you can see it, but while publishing, very easily you can go there, but we'll see how this is working. Drag that customer name. I drag that customer name and bring it to the drill through area. Two changes would have happened. Change number one, visually you can see a back button is created. I will tell you what is the usage of the back button. Second, what it has happened is when I go to this home page, automatically it has created a connection between it. How can I see it's automatically created a connection is, right click on any one of the customer name. For example, I'll go to the same customer, Pro Office Supplies. Right click on that. First of all, I will verify the data. 43,79,224. Right click on that customer data. Drill through. Your file sheet name is displayed automatically here because we connected by dragging that customer name. Click on that customer details. It goes to that page. It shows only that customer details. Only that. You can see the total here. 43,79,34. Exactly, it shows that customer details. But how do I know this belongs to that particular customer? We'll bring it. We'll bring the customer name on the top. How can I go back to the main screen again? Back button. But unfortunately, the back button is not working. What we have to do? Control. Because we have not published it. We have published it, straight away you can click it. Back. I will test one more. Maybe I'll test with some other customer. Future Tech Computers. Right click. Drill through. But after publishing, no need to right click. Just to place the cursor, it will drill through. Drill through. It shows the future tech computers details. Link between one page to another page. But how do I know this belongs to a particular customer? Actually, this belongs to future tech computers or something. I know that I came through that. Don't come to the page straight away. You always should come to the page through the drill through. So when I go to this customer and I make a right click, I'm selecting future tech computer. I know this. But when I come here, how do I know this belongs to this particular customer? I want to display that customer table, customer name on the top. What is the best visual to display a value? Card. Click card. Click on the card. A new card is with a picture. Card. And drag the customer name into the card. That's all. It will display the customer name on the card. Simple. Drag the customer name to the card. Now let me check whether it's working. I'll go to the home page. Right click on any one of the customer. Innovate IT solution. Right click. Drill through customer details. It shows Innovate IT solutions here. Linking between one page to another page. What we did is very simple. We dragged the customer name into the drill through. That's all. It automatically creates a relationship. It automatically connects two tables here. That's the power of this Power BI. One more thing, we'll see how to bring the table itself here. This can be a table. This can be a chart also. One chart to another chart, you can make a link. But assume I don't like to go back to that page and see it. Can I bring the page itself here? So I made a right click and I'm going to drill through and I'm going to the page. This is fine. But can I bring the page itself here? Of course. Go to that customer details page. A magical feature. Yesterday I told you don't select it. Today we are going to select this. Today we are going to select this. Go to the customer details page. Place the cursor on some empty area. Place the cursor on some empty area. Format your report page. Format your report page. Page information. Format your report page. Page information. Even I told you, yes, tomorrow we are going to see this feature. Now don't switch on this. But here, now I'm saying switch on this. Which one? Allow use as tooltip. Switch on that allow use as tooltip. Just to switch on this. What will happen? Go to that home page. Place the cursor on any one of the customer. That report will come here. Place the cursor. You can see that report itself here. When you place the cursor, it shows that particular customer report. It can be a chart also. I have created a table, but it can be a chart. I recommend chart normally. Table, you cannot scroll down. So, based on whatever the customer you place, it shows the customer report. Anyone. Either one. You cannot do both. Page size. Now, when you go there, it will automatically reduce the size based on your screen size. But still, if you want to reduce it, select the customer details, go to page information, canvas settings, and adjust your page size here. 4:3. Letter. You cannot drag, you cannot scroll. It is a tooltip. We are just switching on, switching off, dragging. That's all. Everything is happening automatically. fill through earlier. எங்க ரிஃப்ளெக்ட் ஆகும்? நம்ம தான் போடணும், கார்டு கொடுக்கணும். அதில் கஸ்டமர் நேமை கொண்டு வாங்க. இங்கே ஒரிஜினல் பேஜுக்கு போங்க, இந்த ஹோம் பேஜுக்கு போங்க. கஸ்டமருக்கு நேராக கர்சர் வச்சா ரைட் கிளிக் பண்ணால் டில் த்ரூ வருதா? இப்போ அந்த இது ஆஃப் பண்ணிடணும், இந்த இது ஆஃப் பண்ணிடணும். டூல் டிப் ஆஃப் பண்ணிட்டு ரைட் கிளிக் பண்ணால் ட்ரில் த்ரூன்னு வரும். ட்ரில் த்ரூ வருதா? கஸ்டமர் ஏதோ ஒரு ரைட் கிளிக் பண்ணுங்க. கஸ்டமர்ல வைக்கலாம், அங்கே ரைட் கிளிக் பண்ணுங்க மேடம். Only one feature we'll see finally. We need to explore all the visuals. Have permission for it. Website website. Get data. You have an option here. O data na kudukkalam, website na kudukkalam. Website. It will be in a table format. Then do it. The link. SharePoint la irukuma illa eppadi? Will it be in SharePoint or will it be a website? காட்டலன்னா நீங்க சரியா பண்ணல மேடம். So, whatever the visual you will create, I never mind. One visual, please insert it in any one of the page, because we would have created so many visual. Unfortunately, when you present it, people will ask for a report which we have not created. நம்ம எந்த ரிப்போர்ட்டை கிரியேட் பண்ணலையோ அதுதான் வேணும்னு கேட்பாங்க. They would have created hundreds of report, but suddenly they want a report immediately, instantly they want a report. Yes. AI tool. Place the cursor on any one of the empty area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th row. You have to be aware of three things. One is you have to be know what are all the columns available. You have to be aware of the column names. Second one, your internet or Wi-Fi should be connected. Third one, plain simple English. Row number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th row. 1, 2, 3, 4th one. Q&A. Place the cursor on some empty area. Click on this Q&A. I click on this Q&A. For example, I want to create a report. I want to know city-wise What is sum of revenue by city wise as a line chart, as a bar chart, as a column chart, whatever you want. So type it. What I am saying, type it. Sum of total revenue by city as what you want, table, or I want a bar chart, as a bar chart, or as a line chart, as a column chart. Enter. That's all. The Kalile Solina entire Power BI session will be over. But you have to do something, right? We have to connect it, we have to do so many things. Just type what is your expectation. Someone is asking, say, what is your expectation? Create a report. Say, if I am not good enough in typing, I delete this. I am very bad in typing actually. Place the cursor on this area. Windows H. I think voice recognition should be there in your laptop. Check it. Otherwise, you have to ask your IT team to install that voice recognition. It should be there 90%. If it is not there, you have to install it. Windows H. Sum of total revenue by product name wise as a line chart. Got it. One person has to dictate. If two are dictating, it will get confused. If both are dictating, then system will get confused. As a table, maybe there may be some. As I told, some ghost inside in your system.
Both table and matrix are
Restart and try later. When I set the tool in some other training session, one person has asked, Sir, Manasala Nicha Varma report. That's the technology. A report should be created. If I think that report should be created. Abdiya. Unfortunately, we have not completed all the visuals. As I told, we have completed very few visuals. Line chart, target fixing, forecasting, gauge, slicers, so many slicers, card. Only one card we have seen. There is multi-card, new cards, new slicers. So many visuals are happening. As I told, it will take at least 6 or 7 days to cover so many topics. Within 2 days, we are compressed and we try to cover as much as possible. 5-day match we played within 10 overs. 10 overs. 20 overs on the some we would have match. So it was squeezed and we tried to cover as much as possible with all your cooperation. You ask something? I will share you some material, sir, which is the best one for which. So if one out of many, go for a pie chart. If you want a trend, go for a line chart. I will share. It's along with my portfolio. I will share it with you. Today also I already shared for the earlier session. Today also I will share that. And if you want any other course material or anything in the near future, kindly mail me. Send me a mail. I already shared my email ID. Now I'm stopping the recording here.